blood flowing through our veins. Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old-style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubbies on Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Lucho Scali.
Son Ranto.
Michael.
Son Ranto.
Cotton.
Son Ranto and the lovable Lucy.
Michael Cotton.
Son Ranto.
Lucho Scali.
About that, not too shabby considering you weren't even prepared to do it because we thought Lyle was going to be here. But
yeah, I had
maybe he thought today was yesterday or tomorrow was today. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I actually have a headache, and that just made it twice as bad. That was rough.
Well, Little Yumper is here in the chat saying, I am here for a cotton rant. So maybe that's a cure for your headache. We'll just bring up the DH and all of a sudden your headache will be gone. It'll be like the Excedrin of baseball ranting.
The DH stands for damn headaches. Because it's nothing but a fucking damn headache. I can't believe we still have that shit.
Chris Stellato is also here. He's saying hashtag chance in the chat, which you all should do, really, because then you will win a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. I did get a few of these out, and then I ran out of postcard stamps, so I got to now go down to the Steve Goodman post office, which I don't even live by anymore, and but I refuse to shop anywhere else. Like, who am I? I gotta go to the composer of Go Cubs Go's namesake post office to it's Cubs podcast.
It's kind of amazing that there is a Steve Goodman post office. I'm kind of glad that exists.
I mean, I would just lucked in about it, to be honest. Like I used to go to the Uptown post office. I didn't know that was the Steve Goodman post office. One day I was like, hey, this one opens a little earlier on Wednesdays. And I went in and I was like, oh, Steve Goodman post office. I'm always coming here.
You open the door, people are wearing Cubs stuff. They're playing Steve Goodman songs. It's the city of New Orleans, just, bopping along as you walk in.
Yeah. Hello, Steve Goodman Post Office. How are ya? Yep. Dominic Galoro, who actually is a postman, says he's still waiting for his snail mail. It's so slow. Mr. Fourth Row, Artie Boucher's here. Dominic's here. Chris, I already mentioned. But and Lyle Laker may come along. I know that Crawley, the famous, infamous Crawley, the king of Cubs Con. It's funny. I asked him to be on the show because he's the king of Cubs Con, and I didn't call him that, but I did say, I'm like, do you have a crown to wear on the show? He's like, crown? I'm like, yeah, you're a king of Cubs Con. You got to wear a crown.
Yeah. Maybe we should get him one of those. Maybe somehow we'll work it out at some point, and he'll have it'll be like the Queen of England, like the big round, real goofy looking crown.
Forget that. I'm going to Burger King. That's they give him free.
Oh no, get him one of those dumb King Tuck ones from last year. Nobody's using those anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Just put it inside out, or make the T into an F. Perfect.
Yeah. It'd be easy to do.
Oh, trust me. I've turned many F's into other things. Let me tell you that in junior high. I'm like, F's become A's beautifully. B's as well, which are more realistic.
Right. If you go with the A, you're getting in trouble. If you go with the B, you might get away with it. Probably not, but maybe.
Jason's here saying, see you Friday. Absolutely. Well, no, that's not Jason.
It says Jason. It says Jason Lewin.
I can't even tell who it is because it's too small of a picture. Someone to run to the BK real quick. Oh, someone run to the BK real quick.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we are not sponsored by Burger King, so we will move on.
I wish we were, though, because we are not sponsored by much of anything other than our, what do we have now? 92 amazing Patreon supporters.
Yeah, we do. And they are our super ranters. They support us at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Even though below it says Son Ranto, that is untrue if you're watching right now. But please do support us. And reminder that if you support at the $12 John Baker Day level, you get the Son Ranto calendar for free. So get in on that this month, because after January, it's going to be too late to get in on it that way. You get, and that's like getting 3 months free of the calendar. So, and also buy the calendar. It's sunranto.com/calendar. Get your birthday on your birth date. And I've been going through all these pictures, and it really is great to see all the memories of all the people. Billy DeVore doing shots of Malort.
Oh, yeah. When we were in Cincinnati at Binsky's Bar in Camp Washington, Cincinnati. Oh, that was a great place. I was actually thinking about old Billy today. I was listening to the new Nasty Boys podcast. That's Billy DeVore and Chris. I can't remember his last name, but they have a podcast about the Reds. I listen all the time, and I found out today that Billy got his junk snipped yesterday. So here's the Billy DeVore, coming through the junk snipping. Okay, all the ranchers are pulling for you, buddy.
Well, now he's got some more material for his stand-up act too,
or less.
And I also want to thank too, before we move on, Blake Beard and Bernie Barron, our alliterative Patreon supporters who support us at a much higher level. And you could be one of those people that I'm shouting out on the show too if you supported us at a higher level and get the Ranter calendar. Also our sponsors, speaking of Billy DeVore, In the Clutch shirts, and Matt Kammerer's permanent paintings, whose artwork lives behind Michael and my heads. But we've got good news to talk about, because the Cubs finally fucking listened to us and signed some good players. Got the last week we had Cabrera that came in a trade. We're fine. You get rid of some prospects. They were going to use them anyway. Fine.
Look, I was happy to get Cabrera. I was actually happier about the Cabrera signing than I am about this one.
Well, yeah. Well, let's talk about this one. We're talking about Alec Bregman. They got him 5 years, $170 million. $70 million of it's deferred. So they finally learned that they could do that, even though the other teams have been doing it for years.
Well, and I love right after they did it, Jed Hoyer came out and was like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore, though. This is a one-time thing. It's like, you freaking idiot. Like, that's the smartest thing you could do, is pay somebody later for burgers now. I mean,
especially as they destroy the American dollar. They are paying these people in dollars. Like, it'd be one thing if they were paying them in gold. Then I would understand. Like, do you see the price of gold? It's just going to keep going up as the dollar goes down. But they don't have any gold. They only have bullshit dollars. And they're not even real dollars, because they're dollars that are freaking borrowed out of thin air by Tom Ricketts somehow. And then these billionaires just live these fake billionaire lives with fake billionaire dollars. And we somehow let them get away with it. And we have Cub fans out there standing being like, well, they might go over to the luxury tax. That is also a fake line that they imposed on themselves about how they're going to spend their fake dollars. Like,
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I don't know if people realize this, but billionaires are living off of our dollars. We put money into the bank because we're poor, and that's what we think investing is just like hang on to the few dollars that we have. We put in the bank.
4% an ally.
Yeah. The banks gather up all that money and they give out loans. Who do they give loans to? They give loans to people who own baseball teams that cost $2 billion. So then all they do is they take that money and they pay that out. So they don't actually pay their own money. Their own money is still sitting there making money while they're taking out this loan, and then they can pay it back at the end of the season because the Cubs make a shit ton of money every year.
Yeah, and they borrow against the worth of the Cubs, which is like $4 billion. And somebody said I was light on that number. So anyway, they could afford Bregman, and everybody's like, oh, they're right at the tax. Now they're going to trade Nico. And you're like, no, who cares about the fucking tax, first of all? Second of all, why would Bregman come to a team that then they're like, okay, we're going to trade our leadoff hitter? Like why would, even though he's not the leadoff hitter, I'm wishing this into to reality because he should be.
That is frustrating. And I talked about this over on Discord. It's another perk of the Patreon. You can go in there and talk about baseball and everything as it goes. And like we were talking about in the Discord today, there's no fake news. We don't talk bullshit over there. We only talk about things that are actually happening instead of all these fake ass trades and all this stuff. But what we were talking about in this Bregman thing is it like that isn't the greatest like signing because it does now allow them to move Nico if they want. Right?
Well, and
like everybody's like, around. Oh, well, there's no more Shaw. No, they're keeping Shaw because Shaw makes no money.
Cheap, yeah.
And they're going to trade Nico because Nico doesn't want to sign with them next year.
There was a little rumbling out there, and it might have also been just like Cub fans wishful thinking because of Shaw missing those games last year. Once when Kirk was shot, once, and then the second time at the mega fest funeral, whatever the fuck that was. But he missed those games right down the stretch. And I think it pissed a lot of old timers off, and it pissed people off that obviously don't agree with like him hanging out with like Russell Brand and like Steve Bannon and shit.
People who don't like fascists now just don't like Shaw. Matt Shaw.
Yeah, exactly. Which but as a baseball player, like he might be fine, whatever. And like maybe second base would be he was fine at third. He's a good defender. Like we don't know what's going to become of his bat, but we do know what's going to become of its contract, and it's going to be fucking cheap for a long time until he hits arbitration, at which point it still might be cheap because he sucks, but it might be.
And that was the other thing. Like, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. That's a lie. I do it all the time. It's one of my joys.
Why we do the show is
one of my joys in life. Yeah.
Here's why you should be unhappy about this.
But Bregman is going to bring a good bat to the lineup this year. Sure, that's great. But they're always worried about money, and they just spent $175 million on this guy for 5 years. That is going to stop them from spending money in the future.
Well, we'll see.
And we never needed Bregman. Bregman is not a baseball need. Matt Shaw was playing a Gold Glove caliber third base defense, and he had a rough first half, but his second half was great. He hit 11 home runs compared to 2 in the first half.
Disappeared in the playoffs, but a kid.
So did everybody.
A youth pastor, technically.
Right. Yeah, a youth pastor. I like that. We should call him the youth pastor Shaw from now on. But yeah, so signing Bregman did not upgrade the Cubs long term, because now if they do what we think they're going to do is move Shaw over to second, whether it's this year or next year, because they get rid of Nico, they put Shaw at second. Well, then you just lose Nico, and that makes the team worse long term. And you have $175 million albatross hanging over your head because they also gave him a complete no trade clause.
Yeah, we're gonna be yelling about this. It's true. And like at least in 2 years we'll be yelling about it. Maybe even next year we'll be like, oh God, we're stuck with this guy like Hayward.
Yeah,
just rolling over, just hitting it in double plays, being slow.
Hayward wasn't even a no trade clause. It's just that nobody wanted to trade for him.
That's even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, when you do this and you put these no trades, I'm all for it if that's the only way to sign a baseball need, right? Like if it was a right fielder that we need and he was good and the only way you could get him was to give him no trade, go ahead. But this is third base where we had a very cheap option who could handle what he was doing. I don't like the guy like personally, but as a baseball choice,
there's
Matt
now-
Shaw was perfectly acceptable and was going to probably get better.
Yeah. And you know, as a person, like, I think the ship has sailed for liking these guys as people. Like, you might get
Kind
lucky
of.
and like some of them, but like, we know too much about their bullshit now, like in a way that we didn't used to. And so I'm just not even going to assume that I'm going to like them. I'm going to assume that I don't like them. And if I end up liking them, I'll be pleasantly surprised, and then I won't be disappointed.
That's actually probably the best way to go about it is,
They're just my little trained monkeys that go out and entertain me and play baseball, wear the right clothing, and that's all they mean to me. And if some of them end up being cool, then great.
Yeah, it's so funny. You know, it wasn't too long ago where people had to, like, who were doing things like what we're doing right now would have to say, I'm not saying anything about him as a personal person, right? He's fine. He's a great guy. I just don't like what he's doing on the baseball field. Now we have to be like, I don't even want to talk about him personally because there's no way to salvage that. Let's just try to focus on the fact that Matt Shaw can play third base well.
Exactly. Let's just focus on that for a moment if we can. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I just wanted to say do. But what I do like about the Bregman signing is that it does bring veteran know-how to the team. So you've got guys, and it's interesting that Ian Happ, Dansby Swanson, and also Alex Bregman are from the same draft class, and they were all drafted within the first 10 guys. Also in that draft class, so might as well just get it done, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
Go do that. Go
Well,
do that and have the 2015 draft class just out on your field.
Yeah, I really don't think Jed even likes Kyle Tucker. I don't think that's even a thought in his head. He just doesn't like him. And again, I don't think that's a great baseball move. But whatever. I think there's more to that story that maybe they don't like each other.
I think more it's that they think he just gets hurt all the time, and that maybe he's just damaged goods, and you're going to end up in a situation where you're on the downward trajectory of his career, but only because of injuries.
Like a 32-year-old Alex Bregman?
Well, I don't know. Like, you know, all these people, his skill set ages well. You know, I mean, I don't know. He's played third base. They say he's real good.
What are they talking about? His skill set ages well. You know whose skill set ages well? Nico Horner. And if you had offered Nico Horner 5 years, no trade at 100, 110, you probably get him. And then you have Matt Shaw there for that time. You've got Nico Horner. You still have Dansby Swanson, who, by the way, that's not going to be the greatest contract in the world either, unless you just really love defense. So you've got
some
all
pop.
and Bush is still under control. Like, you've got your whole infield. If you decide to go with Nico Horner instead of Alex Bregman, but they don't like Nico enough to give him the money that would keep him here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I can see them just going with him because it would be a good signing. If he was on another team and you'd be like, oh, you can get this guy for $100 million, play second base, got a good high batting average. But at the same time, like, I looked at the Giants because I heard that, you know, we're rumored to do a deal with the Giants. So I'm looking at that, and who would I want on their team? Well, there's really like nobody. A lot of their prospects are far away, like their top 5 prospects. Some are in single A, and I'm like, well, you know, maybe if you get a bunch of prospects, you don't need the guy. You trade Nico, and then you're good. Like, in 2 years, you got this stud. But like, one of their main prospects was like 5'6" and 145 pounds. I was like, all right, like, what am I looking at? But then they have. I'm like, well, what can we use now?
He's me in the 9th grade, is what you're saying.
Exactly. I mean, we don't want that guy. So there's a lefty though named Carson Wisenhunt. And so I look him up on Twitter, just like, hey, are they talking about him in the trade? And I just saw some Giants fan like yelling at another Cubs fan, being like, there's no fucking way you're getting Wisenhunt. So I was like, oh, well, like, apparently Nico for Wisenhunt isn't a fan popular thing to happen.
See, and everybody's talking about this whole Nico thing as if the Cubs are shopping him, and then everybody, like, half people are like, oh, they're shopping him, and the other half are like, no, they're not. Everybody just wants him, all this stuff. The truth is, yeah, the Cubs aren't specifically shopping him, but that is, they are listening, and they're not going to give him up until the trade deadline, when maybe they can get something for him. Because think about it. While we love
somebody's going to lose their
Nico
shortstop.
Horner, yeah, we love Nico Horner, but we love him more than any other team does, right? And
except the Giants, apparently. The Giants love him.
And honestly, people like shortstops that hit home runs now, and Nico doesn't hit home runs.
Yeah, but he does play shortstop, and he plays a mean shortstop, and somebody's going to need him at some point. But as we saw last year, you just get the job done when you can get it done. Because they went into last year being like, oh, at the trade deadline, maybe if we're doing something, we'll do something, and then it was like too late, and then
yeah.
I mean, not that it was they made the playoffs, but they couldn't. They should have gone in with like a full deck, like they did in 2016. They just kind of had a backup for the backup, and this time they don't. They didn't. They still don't. Their bench still stinks. Actually, their bench is better because Matt Shaw's on it now.
Right, because Matt Shaw is the bench that we're looking at right this moment.
He won't develop there, unfortunately, because you are going to want to play all those other guys every day.
He's clearly not developing just socially, mentally, or anything like that. So, I mean, if you're going to take away his physical development too, this is a sad man when he's 50.
He's developing his relationship with the Lord, and that's about it.
His relationship with mythical fake magic beans.
Well, did you see my joke? I know you're not on TikTok, so I went viral. This might have been the most views I ever got on TikTok. Was this joke I told, which was that I said, and Matt Shaw was just at Turning Point USA listening to the Proud Boys chanting, "Jews will not replace us." And Alex Bregman just was like, "You sure about that?" And people loved that joke. And all these people, of course, yelled at me. A lot of people got mad because, let's face it, MAGA just does not have a very good sense of humor at all. I like this. I'll put my TFC up early, one of them anyway. This was the comment on my joke. This one guy goes, "God damn, I hate that I chuckled at that liberals joke. The irony is there." And then some other guy said to me, "You're the ugliest woman I've ever seen." Which is true. I wouldn't make an ugly woman. I have some pictures of me trying.
You know what though? I don't know about that. I don't think in that video you were trying. You weren't trying to look like a good-looking woman. I mean, you were trying to look like a bad-looking or a good-looking man. Sorry.
I'm not a bad-looking woman, but I'm a good-looking man. There's a country song in there somewhere.
I like that.
Anyway, before we go too far with this, and maybe he could give us his take on this whole Bregman situation, where the Cubs roster stands these days. But he's certainly here to talk to us because he is the king of Cubs Con, and I see he's brought his crown. It's Crawley, the crowned Crawley. King Fuck. Oh no, sorry, that's his tongue.
I don't know. Either way, it works. It works. What's going on?
We could add an S to it, and it just could be King Stuck.
King Stuck.
Yeah, because that was great that you played along, and your camera froze as soon as I said King Stuck. I love it.
Yeah, you might have the. Good. Are you unfrozen?
I think I'm unfrozen. I don't know, man. I've been talking CubsCon for the last 5 hours.
So you probably don't even remember what you've said to anybody about anything.
Who are you talking to for 5 hours about CubsCon?
Oh,
podcast,
man,
star-studded.
Star-studded.
Wow.
He had your favorite broadcaster, Boog Shiabi, on.
Boog was on. I had Wayne Messmer. It was a crew, man.
And but no, it was a good show. Everybody should check that out if you really want to know, because you probably were more organized than we'll be right now with laying it out how it's going to be. But I did want to have you on because I want to ask you, dude. So they announced Addison Russell's coming to CubsCon. Then I looked today at the list of attendees, and Addison Russell's not on it. The list.
Nope.
Now, so do you think that the Cubs were like, hey, we made a mistake, probably better you don't come, or just like, why don't you just come and you can still have the steak dinner with the team, but we're not, you can still use your ticket, but you can't go up there.
Yeah, I think it was probably a little bit of a test balloon, to see how it would fly. Oh, it's Addison Russell's here. You know what I mean? Because Addison's done signings, and here's the thing: when it comes to autograph collectors and stuff like that, it really comes down to team signed items, right? And so everyone can hate it as much as they want. He was part of the team, and if you're into collectibles, then you need a signature. You're going to want it on a ball. You're going to want it on photos, those type of things. Now, do the Cubs have to be part of it? No, they don't. And I think but when, I've talked a lot of times with Lou Sella. He's sculptor of all the statues at Wrigley Field. And, this is tricky because if you think about 2016 and how do you memorialize 2016? If you were to do a statue of 2016, it's that moment at the end where all four infielders are jumping into each other's arms.
Yeah.
And that's it. That is the lasting image. I'm looking at it right now. I got it right there, signed with Pat Hughes's final out call. There's no way. Now, obviously there was backlash. There clearly was backlash. He was on the app. Now he's not on the app. If you're asking me my guess, I'm guessing he's having a steak dinner with the team saying, hey, but I think they probably saw that there was enough backlash that you didn't want to take, you don't want that to take away from the story. You didn't want that to be, the next day's news, like Addison Russell booed loudly at CubsCon. You want it to be about the players that are there.
Yeah, and he's playing down in Mexico still. I did look at his Instagram, and he's seems like he has a new family, and I mean, I do wish him well. It's just that it is a bit of a stain. I mean, and we're not seeing a Aroldis. None of the teams that are still, none of the players that are still playing are coming to this. Aroldis Chapman being one of those, but he might be in that. He wasn't a Cub for that long, but he might be one of those guys that you might not want to see too much of either.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I don't know that the Cubs would have necessarily said you shouldn't come, but if they put that out there and he sees all over social media people being upset about it, he might have just been like, you know what? I can skip that. Like it's fine. So it's January in Chicago. I'm not tied to this. Yeah.
But again, I see Mr. Fourth Row says, I still think it's too early to celebrate since some are still playing. I mean, you're going to celebrate every opportunity you can. We did this with the Bears, the 10, the 20, the 15. First off, it's a reunion, man. These guys are going to be so happy to see each other. They are shared history together. I mean, there's a Sports Illustrated cover that has the Javi Baez Mother's Day walk-off home run in 2016. And on that cover, it was an article written by Charles Pierce. And it said the last great American sports story. It truly was. There's nothing that will top that. And so this is really, if you think about it, yeah, there were some guys playing. It was a damn young team when you think about how old Russell was, how old Baez was, how old
we could still
KB
have a lot
was.
of those guys on the team. Like they
playing.
could have just kept that around for 10 years.
But they're going to take every opportunity to celebrate this. And for me, I think the guys are more excited to hang out with each other at Wrigley on Thursday or wherever the steak dinner is than they are probably about CubsCon. My guess is a lot of them are going to come on Friday and leave they probably came tonight. They're going to be ready for the thing tomorrow. They're going to be tipping their hats and walking the stage on Friday. And I'd say the majority of them do not show up Saturday, Sunday would be my guess.
Yeah. And because Saturday there is an event where they're going to talk to them, but there's very few of them doing it. It's Rizzo, Montero, Zobrist, and Grimm.
Yeah.
And then Grimm, yeah.
There's a name Reaper. I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Great guy, but God, how much would you pay to hear John Lackey at the mic at one of those things? I mean, come on. I was really hoping. I was hoping John Lackey would do the kids only press conference.
At least exactly. He's like, "What do you want, kid? You bring me my dip cup." But at least Montero will be there. Hopefully, he'll be like 4 fingers deep in a scotch again and cry. like he did
Yep.
at Stu's house. That was awesome.
That was the funny thing about that is I always when Stu would have an event, I would record everything, and I always would put it out on my YouTube page, and I never put the Miggy one out. That I'm like, I'm gonna hold that one back. I don't want the guy to get in any trouble. He's a little too honest here, you know. And let's be honest, Joe Madden's going to be there. Okay,
Yeah.
So Joe Madden's going to be there Friday. They're not going to let him within 20 feet of a microphone. And so as you kind of take a look at this here, though, you know, it's I don't think, you know, a lot of these 2016 guys aren't really signing or doing anything like that. So, you know, they're gonna, like I said, I think they're going to be there on Friday. They're going to cheer, hip hip hooray, and then most of them are going to bolt, I'd say.
And then it's all the regular shit. Harry karaoke, that'll be fun. It's like an hour and a half of karaokeing down in the main lobby. That's always a good time. And then did you see that? I thought you might have had a conniption, but the last I looked at the schedule, they had forgot to put opening ceremonies on the schedule. Did you see that? I was like,
yeah, I think it's kind of assumed. And so I don't know. I don't know why it wasn't on there, but
like
no.
2:15 comes Authentic Auction and then 7:15 off the Bout. No, I was like, did they cancel opening ceremonies so Crawley doesn't run over children anymore?
First off, I don't run over children. Second off, no. They're all behind me. No one's ahead of me. Come on now.
He doesn't run them over. He bangs them off to the side.
Exactly.
Other people run him over when he drops them to the ground.
Throws them bones.
No. All I do is run straight ahead and get my seat. It is what it is. But it is. Yeah. Opening ceremony will always be a good time. And, you know, how could you not love CubsCon? How could you not be excited to see the 2016 team? How could you not? I mean, remembering Rhino. So here's the thing I did notice, right? Like, usually the big thing is at the end. What's everyone want to see? Obviously, it's going to be the 2016 team, right? But if you take a look on the schedule, the way that it works, it's not. It's earlier. It's at like 1 p.m. And so my guess is the Rhino thing is going to be fun because the guy, not fun, but like it's going to be a remembrance, right? It's going to be like an Irish wake. You're going to have Jody, you're going to have Sut, you're going to have some of the Dawson, Dunstan, those guys, but it's also going to be hard. And so I think like more the main thing is they didn't want to do the Rhino thing. I mean, anytime if you'd have put it earlier, it would have put a damper on everything else after.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
that would have ruined the day if they had done that early. I totally agree.
So, you do the Rhino thing, you know, you get it all out, you get your cry on. I mean, there's gonna be grown men crying, myself included. And, you know, then you kind of just grab a couple beers, kind of talk to some people and then get ready for bingo. And then that'll get everybody fired up again. So
I think this is your year. I think this is the year that you win the flag that is flown over historic Wrigley Field.
I talked to Wayne. I tried to get some insight on some numbers he could give me, but, I got a feeling that this could be my lucky year, and much like Danny is the Susan Lucci of ESPN's winter song contest, I am the Susan Lucci of CubsCon bingo. But I think this has got to be it, man. I think this has got to be it.
Crawley, would you say that ESPN could do a story about you as
30 for 30?
It's a 30 for 30 because you might now be the greatest story in sports. Now that the Cubs are 10 years gone,
Greatest American story. Yeah.
It's just Crawley wanting that bingo.
The worst thing ever is, you know, I brought my neighbors one time. My neighbors had never been. And, you know, I'm like, look, I can show you a little bit. Cause like people sometimes will be leaning hard on me like, hey, can I follow you everywhere? And it's like, no,
you slow me
I
down.
kind of want to do my own shit, man.
Right.
That's why my roommates, you know, Bo from 1 Million Cubs and Dave Arnold are awesome because we literally like see each other Saturday at 2 a.m. for a roomie drink. And then that's it. We like all just do our own thing and everybody's cool about it. But yeah, you know,
now you got 2 beds and 3 guys. How you gonna work that out? Who's sleeping? Who's the big spoon? Who's the little spoon? Who gets to sleep alone? That's what do you draw straws? Like, I mean, this is the real CubsCon story.
Well, there's 3 nights, right? Everybody gets the bed one night.
We go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so 3 nights. But
Yeah.
it is, look, here's the thing. I've been going to CubsCon for over 26 years. You know, I don't mind bunking up with another guy. I mean, Danny looks like an ugly woman or a beautiful, I don't remember what I was hearing, but you know, it's not a big deal. It's not like we're doing anything. Most of the time you go to the bed, you literally pass out, you sleep for 3 or 4 hours and you roll out. I mean,
No,
I'm
not talking about
but,
sleep. Dude, I was in a rock band for years. You
Yeah,
know,
I know, it's the same
times
thing.
I've
Yeah,
slept
same
with
thing.
like my bandmates a million times. I'm just wondering how you get to the one bed. Like that's my concern, because I'd be
here's
like,
the thing is that we like Dave Arnold always takes the floor and he gets like a little portable bunk thing and that's it, and he's done it every year. And I'm like, Dave, like you can crash with me, dude. I ain't gonna poke you. I don't think. Don't worry about it. But
you don't trust you.
You don't trust me, but I think we're all good. It's a fun time, and you know, I was talking about this earlier. It just really is unique because yeah, we all do our podcasts and stuff like that, but it's just not the same when you're not walking to Wrigley, you're going to a game, you're living and dying every day. And you know, like, I mean, I saw Danny, last time I saw you was for the Lost Boys get together, you know what I mean?
The award.
Yeah, but in general, like, you know, like when it's summertime, we see each other all the time. Here we just kind of do it over Zoom. It's almost like COVID again, you know? So it's like for me to be able to hang out with everybody and you know, drink beer and talk baseball. I was talking about Harry Carey was really, I feel if it wasn't for Harry Carey, CubsCon may not have lasted. It was a unique idea that John McDonough came up with in 1985, but without Harry sparked it up. There was no better spokesperson for an event that is basically just talking baseball and drinking beer all weekend. Who better than Harry Carey to lead that? And so now that we're there, I mean, like, how is it? I know people just don't get it. And it's kind of like being a Disney adult or something. I don't know, like different strokes for different folks. I just say that, look, man, I have friends that sometimes from Iowa, they're from all over. The only time I see them is at CubsCon. And it's like a reunion. It's like a high school reunion. You literally are just hanging. Hey, what's up? Hey, how's everything? How are the kids? It's weird. I've seen people, you know, people's kids from like 5-year-old. They're now freaking drinking beers with me. I mean, it is really unique. We have a good group of friends of ours that, you know, through Club 400 that we hang out a lot. I mean, I'm running around a lot more, but they'll sit in one spot and they literally play like Uno half the damn time. I'm like, well, you're paying a lot of money to play Uno, but whatever, man. It's just hanging out, having a good time. It's just people laughing and enjoying the company of each other. And, you know, I saw some of the tweets and stuff you were putting up earlier, but it's like everybody's fighting so damn much all the time. It's just nice. It's like Cheers, just to get away for a weekend and just sit there and not pay attention to what's going on outside of the Sheraton. Literally just be talking, you know, how many wins is Edward Cabrera going to get? You know, Alex Bregman, you know, how many times is he going to hit Bleacher Jeff with a baseball? I mean, if you look at his, you know, the way his hit chart, it looks like there's all sorts of.
I actually have his hit chart here. I saw that
chart,
Bleacher, the spray chart that Bleacher Nation had tweeted out, and he was like, this looks good here. And speaking of people like, you know, being angry all the time, all these people after Brett put this out, they shit all over it. They're like, you didn't factor in the weather. And Brett's like, okay, fine, but like, can we just be happy for 5 seconds? Because this is a good hit chart, right? I mean, it's showing that Bleacher Jeff is going to get some baseballs. That's
right.
What
maybe my tie guy will elbow a few kids. There's a lot of fun things that are going to happen in this.
And not to mention the fact that he was playing, I don't know how many of those doubles were off that green monster last year. But
that's what I'm thinking, is those doubles were off the green monster. But I'm looking at some of the home runs and I'm thinking, you know, the ball hawk corner might get something.
Oh yeah, get a good wind blowing out in July, and I don't like those ground outs to short. Can we get rid of those? Those suck.
They're going to happen, but what he gives you is he gives you really good at bats. You know, it's what we're looking for, is a guy that grinds at bats out. He makes you work. He takes his walks, and he's going to have a little bit of pop. And what did we have? 5 or 6 players last year with 20 home runs. You know, you're just going to add
be part of that. Yeah, and he could be part of that. He had 18 last year. Maybe he gets that up, and some of those doubles become homers at Wrigley. But he's hit over 20 every year since 2022. The last 3 years.
And last year he had a quad. last year he had a quad injury. He was out for a while, and and a lot of people think he got rushed. He rushed back. You know what these guys do? They rush back and they're not ready, and causes more problems.
Now, what was going on in that monster year when he was 25 years old? He got hit 41 dongs, and that was that 2019 year when the ball was juiced, and you had like dudes that hit like no home runs hitting 20.
There was a juiced ball, and there was a loud garbage can, I believe.
Well, Bregman was part of that.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like
that was years before that.
You juiced the ball, and you just bang on some cans. You hit some homers.
He did apologize. He got a very public apology saying he was sorry to the fans and the people of Houston and team and baseball.
But this is the type of thing we're going to be talking about all weekend. And you get to see Danny sing some karaoke.
And if you're one of those people, Miguel Esparza will be there. And if you're one of those people that are always threatening to kick my ass on Twitter, and Bleacher Jeff gets his ass threatened all the time, we will be right there in the lobby ready to get our ass kicked by you. And I guarantee you will not do shit again because you're a fucking keyboard warrior bullshit piece of shit.
Yeah, there's been one or two times where all of a sudden I had some guy eyeballing me for a while, and I'm like, "You got something to say, dude? What are you doing, man? You're just like staring at me. It's kind of weird." So I'd be like,
"I just say hi and wave."
Whatever.
I don't give it. Yeah, I did. I know.
Yeah, but like if you got that like angry look eye, you're like, why are you mad? I don't even know you. Who are you?
See, if I was there, that would be Shambi looking at me. What I really want to know, though, earlier, Crawley, you said that you would be talking about how many wins Cabrera would get as a pitcher. And did you ask John Shambi about pitcher wins? Because I really hope you did.
No, this was a CubCon centric episode. So we talked a little just basics about what he thought about 2025, what he thought about the off season, and then really kind of talking about okay.
CubCon. So you're saying that John Shambi spent the whole time not talking about baseball? I am shocked.
No, we were talking about baseball, but we were talking about CubCon. We were talking CubCon.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to is I guess Lizzie McNeil's. There was that one year that we got screwed out of it, and because there was a private party there. But going down to Lizzie's, downstairs. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah,
Lizzie McNeil's. Yeah,
yeah. So that's always my favorite part on Friday night. While Dempster's doing the on the mound, I like seeing your all your blogger guys, your Evan Altmans and your Bleacher Nation dudes, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the crusty old man. I used to do that all the time, but now like the last few years has kind of been a little bit dead. You go in, there's like 6 people in there.
It has been dead. I'm going to go liven it up.
There was time where we had 20 to 30 people and we were all tight and everyone's kind of faded away. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's new
everyone was much younger.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing is like people were in their 30s. I was always one of the oldest guys too.
You and me.
Yeah, still am.
Aisle 424, Tim. He's no longer on Twitter. He's on Blue Sky. Aisle 424 was the oldest of us, but Oh
yeah, that guy. Yeah.
We had. God, there were some hilarious CubsCon stories. The Lizzie McNeil stories. I think we peaked the year that I almost got in a fight with PJ Maynard, the Cubs trainer, and almost got everyone thrown out of the Lowe's Hotel. I think that was kind of like that was peak.
That was the last good one.
Yeah, that was the biggest shit show as you'll ever see. But we were all at Lizzie's and we were all drinking pretty heavily, and somebody got a text or something that there was a Cubs player over at the Lowe's Hotel. And so, it was one of those, okay, just don't come with a lot of people. Come with like 2 or 3. That's it. Don't come with a lot of people. And it all of a sudden became a game of telephone, and about like 20 of us are ready to go roll over to the Lowe's Hotel. So we're walking across the street. It's a massive snowstorm. You can't see a foot in front of your face. Brett Taylor bites it. He literally trips over one of those. He trips over one of those like guards for like a tree, like the 2 foot things. He literally just falls right over, and his wedding ring's lost, and everybody's looking at him.
I was just going to say that was the wedding ring incident too.
Yep. And then we end up going to Lizzie's, we all go in there, and the second they see us, they're just like, oh, no. So the big trainer guy comes up, and he's like, you guys can't be here. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a fucking public hotel, asshole. And he's like, I just said you can't be here. And I'm like, and I said it's a public hotel. I'm going to go over there and buy myself a beer. What are you going to do about that? And then I just sat down and I drank a beer. And then like everybody was kind of over here, like in this corner, just like what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like sitting there just drinking my beer. And then sure enough, they're like, guys, we don't want any problems. And so pretty much everybody left. Now the last two people that stuck around were Ryan Davis and Evan Altman. And so they kind of just look at each other like, all right, well, let's sit next to Crawley. So they sat next to me and they ordered a beer. And then sure enough, the player that everyone was excited to see was Mike Montgomery. So, Mike Montgomery comes and he saddles up in the bar. He's like, sorry, guys, they didn't want all you guys in here. And I'm like, I don't care, dude, whatever, man. Do you want a beer or no? And so I bought him a beer. We were shooting the shit about what it was like pitching in Game 7 and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, Evan and Ryan got all into the spin rate and stuff like that about Monty's curveball. And that's where I kind of get like bored. So that was the year that Rickett.
It's like 12:30 at night. They're talking spin rate. And yeah, it's like, oh, I'm asleep on the bar.
That's when Ricketts came, right? And then
so Ricketts was in the corner over there, and I see him, and the same thing, like the guys, he's giving me a dirty look. He's giving me the stink eye, and he was mad because I was the one that first posted that they weren't doing the Ricketts Family Forum, and I go up to him
either this year.
Right, and I go up to him. I say, Tom, what's going on? He said, why'd you have to say that I wasn't having a family forum? I'm like, because you weren't having a family forum.
Yeah, it's literally a fact.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you want me to? I'm like, Tom, you can't be like, taking in all the adulation when they're happy for you and then not taking the heat when they're not happy. You sit there and you do it. That's just what it is. You're a billionaire. Who gives a shit what anyone says about you? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, no offense, guys. If I had $1 billion, I'd be like,
yeah, he has fuck you money. Like,
right. So, whatever. So he sat there and then all of a sudden Ryan came up and he ripped Ryan a new one. And I think ended his writing career.
Yeah. Ryan's like, I can't take the smoke. Oh man.
It was great times though. It was great times.
Yeah, and there's always like, you end up just like in the middle of the hotel lobby, like, getting drunk with Jay Johnstone randomly. Well, he's gone now, but
no, there were many
if you're
times
getting drunk with Jay Johnstone, you are also dead, actually.
Right. Randy Huntley,
or you've committed a massive crime.
Yeah.
Now back in the Hilton days, there were really no cell phones. And so you would sit at Kitty O'Shea's and every player would be there just saddled up to the bar and you would be drinking with them. And it was so much fun. Mm-hmm. Now it's very rare. You'll catch a couple guys out at the bar, but
yeah, they go off.
And nobody knew all the 80s guys. Yeah, they all go out.
Yeah, I want to hang out with Steve Trout a little bit, and I want to get a story about what it was like to be on the '84 Cubs and to be at January 6th.
I'm curious,
and maybe get your pillow mitt finally.
I'm very curious.
I canceled my order.
I'm very curious to see if why he's not there, because he always comes. He's one of those guys that's always there. There's a couple frequent guys that are not there. John Lieber is not coming. He's always there hanging with the people. Trout's not there. A couple others that are kind of surprising, but in all, it's a good crowd. Everyone's here for the 16 team. That's the main thing. And there's going to be a lot of other good guys there too, though.
Yeah. I like what John Pickett said about Mike Montgomery. He said, poor Monty is never included in that group. He couldn't get anyone to hug. It's true. In that statue, like there's just Mike Montgomery be like, guys are like, sorry, we traded you. Like,
right. He's 4 feet away from the rest of the people in the statue.
I mean, again, it's going to be one of those trivia questions. Who was the pitcher on the mound when the Cubs won Game 7? And no one would have ever predicted it would have been Mike Montgomery.
Or Carl Edwards Jr., which it might have been.
Poor guy got 2 outs, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And not only that, the funny thing about that is the amount of money difference in the memorabilia world, because what you want when you're getting Monty is you want to get the final out inscription. So every time he does that, that's anywhere from $30 to $50 he gets for that.
So that's what he was thinking about, I'm sure, when he came into the game. He's like, oh, man, my inscription rate just went up huge.
So
here I go.
Speaking of inscriptions, this is yet another opportunity for Crawley to get the fabled Albert Almora inscription. I mean, if you want to do a documentary, follow Crawley this whole weekend as he hunts and tries to get Albert Almora to do the inscription. What is it exactly that you want him to put on the inscription?
So I did get the inscription at the Chicago Sports Spectacular. It was nothing more than 2016 WS champs.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Yeah. Well,
But you did finally get it.
I did get it, but
I thought you were still working for it.
I have a 16 by 20 and it's team signed by everybody except 5 players. And once I get those 5 players, I'm done with my World Series wall I'm looking at right now. And Albert Almora is one of them. There's 2 guys for sure that are going to be there this weekend, Dexter Fowler and Albert Almora.
Oh, okay. So you do still need the Albert Almora on that one. Okay.
On the team side.
You should get Albert Almora, fastest player in baseball. Like, remember when on the national broadcast, like Albert Almora known for his speed, and we're all like, what?
So Corey Furlong says one has to be Lackey. One is not Lackey. I do not need Lackey. Lackey is all done. I have 2 16 by 20s and a World Series ball signed by Lackey. It's Dexter, Albert Almora, Jake Arrieta, Hector Rondon, and Javi Baez.
Did Lackey sign in blood? I'd like to have this imagination.
Did I ever tell you the story about my Lackey signing?
His finger and just like smears blood on a ball.
No, not only did he sign it in blood, it was Crawley's blood. He just punched Crawley right in the nose and then just signed it.
Signed it with his face.
So I sat there and there was a very expensive private signing. He did it. Lackey did it this summer. It was a private signing, very expensive. And I'm like, look, either I do this or I don't. I mean, it's just, I got to get it done. I don't like what I'm paying for it, but it is what it is. And so I sent it. It was private. It was at his house. And so I had this 2 signed pieces, one of them just missing Lackey, one of them missing the 5 guys that I mentioned. And I was nervous about sending that through the mail, but I didn't know any other option of what I could do. So I did. But I put an air tag on the back of it and covered it with electric tape. And I sent it to John Lackey's house. So I got pictures of John Lackey's gigantic house and where he lives. And then FedEx proceeded to lose the package and take another week and a half to find it. Although I had the freaking locations, the GPS, they couldn't find shit. But basically that was 2, one completely team signed piece, one almost team signed piece that they almost lost.
Oh my God. You were shitting bricks, I bet.
I couldn't sleep at night. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I was freaking the hell out. It ended up going to Nevada or something.
Well, I mean, the good news is that you can sleep now. You sleep nice, safe, and sound. But the bad news is that John Lackey is going to see this, and he will never sleep soundly again because Crawley knows where he lives.
I'm gonna be peeking and stuff. He's got a nice house, man. Take a look here. If you look here, that's the World Series wall right there.
Wow, it looks great, Crawley.
Nice.
And that right there, that cardboard.
That's
the last 16 by 20 right there.
It's a little crooked. You might want to straighten the cardboard.
The cardboard?
It's just a little. It's about
Actually,
2 millimeters off.
Level.
The 12th bobble, the 12th bobblehead from the left is a little off.
A little off.
It's not.
I gotta
2 millimeters to the left.
It's doing a little wobble, but no bobble. I think you're going to need a new one.
I'll work on it, man. But I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. It should be fun. And if any ranters are out there, come say hi. I love seeing you guys. It really is going to be fun. And if you've never been, go, man. I really, it's one of those things that unless you do it, you have no idea what you're missing. Some people don't like it, but I don't know. You like Cubs and you like beer. I don't know of anything more fun to do on a January weekend.
Bring your own beer too. It's expensive at the place, so make sure you stop by. Bring a cooler. You don't.
I've had the cooler. That same cooler. That is the Matt Kammerer cooler.
Yep.
When nobody really knew who he was, and he started he said, "I'm a tattoo artist. Do you mind if I draw on your cooler?" I said, "Sure." And he'd be doing it for years. So it's all tatted up with Matt Kammerer stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to be there. I should give him a text. It's true. Like we get to see so many people that we know and love and get to hang out with. Well, Well, we're going to take a break now. Thank you for your advice, Crawley, and for coming on and with your crown. You are the king of Cubs Con. It's true. Like, no one will ever beat you at your game. Like, so someday you'll be too old to run down that aisle. You know what I mean? But we'll all tell the stories of this guy that you can never be as fast as he was. But I think it'll be a while. I think you've got at least 15, 20 years in you?
I sit there and I continue to work out, and I was on the treadmill earlier getting ready. I did some stretching for the hamstrings and then the quads. Because that's the thing is it's really fast. It's like 100-yard dash. Boom.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's the sprint.
It's a
when
sprint.
people want to hang out with Crawley the whole weekend, that's his response. Like, when did you start training?
Yeah.
And if they're talking to him in late December and they haven't started training, Crawley's like, you will not keep up. So,
I literally get, starting on Thursday through Saturday, about 7 hours sleep total is what I'll be doing. So if you're prepared for that, that's fine. I remember a couple of years ago, we were sitting there and our friends Kelly and Allie call. Can you send that picture of Pedro Strop that we took at like 3 a.m? I'm like, you saw Pedro Strop at 3 a.m? Like that's the kind of shit that happened. You look down there, it's like The Hangover. You take, oh shit, yeah, we took a picture with Pedro Strop. I don't know, he's coming in at 3 a.m. We were wandering around the hotel lobby.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite ones that it'll be there too.
Great guy.
Yeah, love to see Stropey. Hats to the left, everybody, all weekend. No, I mean, the thing about when Crawley gets too old to make that run, he'll be able to like get a wheelchair and then just get like premium wheelchair sitting.
Just
first in line in the wheelchair.
Yep.
Get the rascal suitor all souped up. Get someone to really give me some nitro.
His rascal will look like the bullpen carts that look like a baseball helmet.
Well, by then they'll have hover rascals.
Get a hat like maybe I'll get the hat like the crazy hat lady when I get older. Like the Bleacher preacher and stuff like that. Get the fishing hat with a bunch of tchotchkes.
When old ladies do their hair all purple, it's like, yeah, of course. Like, who the fuck cares now? Like, just wear the crazy hat. Be wild. Doesn't matter. You're old. Well, cool. Well, I'll see you on Friday. It's going to be a freaking awesome time. And all right, hasta viernes.
Take care, guys. We'll see you. Spagog.
Yeah, take it easy, Crawley.
Okay, you got yourself a. Let's go to break, but don't you have a Sun Ranto silhouette? And you have a clue this week, like
yes,
for the
so
at-home players.
Yeah, Danny actually had a really good idea. The people who are watching this, why you're watching this, I have no clue, but you're watching it. You get to see these pictures and make your guesses, but the people who listen don't ever get to guess. So here is the clue of today's silhouette. In 2016, Jorge Soler replaced Kyle Schwarber. This guy replaced Jorge Soler, but he also replaced Kyle Schwarber. And here is the silhouette. If you think you know based on those clues, so you at home can just, in your car, you can scream to your children as you're driving them to school, I know what this is. And everybody who's actually watching, put it in the chat. You have this break to come up with the answer. Danny, do you think you know?
I do, but I do because of the batting stance.
Because of the silhouette?
Not because of the clue. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we shall be right back. We're just going to be back in 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Here's a commercial for our Patreon. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch is how we keep the lights on this show. We got all sorts of expenses, and we want you to pay for them. So we'll be right back.
The Bleacher Bunch brings you great shows like Sun Ranto, Cubs PS Plus, Bricks Behind the Ivy, Cuppa Cubby Blue, and Baseball Rabbit Hole. But you could be getting so much more when you subscribe to our Patreon page for as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Get access to our exclusive daily show Cubs Pod, where we recap every single game. Plus, be the first to hear Cubs music, get early access to events, and receive an invitation to join our Discord Cubs community, where fans just like you show up every day to rant and rave about our beloved boys in blue. Most importantly, 10% of your Patreon pledge will go directly to help the Lost Boys Youth Baseball program. So join us. There are perks at every level, like the Renter Calendar, absolutely free, and name recognition for you or your business. We are independent Cubs podcasters, and we need your support. Otherwise, we'll quit. Seriously, we'll all quit. Some of us might even die from your lack of support. In fact, the cutest little puppy you've ever seen will die if you don't support the Bleacher Bunch at patreon.com/bleacherbunch. We promise to spend all the Patreon money on tickets and beer and all the dog crap we have to buy just to keep our podcast rolling. So give us your money and we'll waste it far better than you will. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch. Free trials are available, but don't do a free trial. Just join, okay? Okay. Patreon.com/bleacherbunch.
In the clutch, in the clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Take it from the Bleacher Bunch. You'll love the shirts from In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts are comfortable, stylish, and guaranteed to get you laid. Plus, they're proud sponsors of the Bleacher Bunch. Use promo code BleacherBunch for 10% off your purchase.
Nice to feel and soft to touch. That's why you will get laid so much. Wearing a shirt from In the Clutch. And you can thank the Bleacher Bunch. In the Clutch, in the Clutch. Buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Remember the code BleacherBunch. Save 10% at In the Clutch. In the Clutch. In the Clutch.
In the Clutch shirts actually not really guaranteed to get you laid.
Who is that cubby? Any
All right.
guesses?
We are back. Dominic Loro says KB, I guess maybe because this guy looks like he has a broken back. Zobrist, because he's just a completely nondescript white guy. That's what I always thought of Zobrist. Never knew who he was. Hayward, yeah, no, this is not Hayward. Mr. Fourth Row. Artie Boucher hit it right off the top with a question mark, though, like he didn't really know. It is Albert Almora.
So tell me the story about how the replacing of Schwarber was replaced by Soler and then was replaced by Almora.
Okay, so that clue is, as we all know, Kyle Schwarber, third game of the season, blew out every ligament that was known to be in his knee. Then Soler became the starting left fielder from that point on. But then in June, Soler went down with an injury, and Albert Almora stepped in and became the starting left fielder until Soler could come back. But I also said this guy replaced Schwarber. Game 7, 10th inning, Kyle Schwarber gets a hit, goes to first.
Replaced, yeah.
Albert Almora replaces him at first base. The greatest tag up in the history of all of baseball. The fastest man who's ever worn a Cubs uniform. Albert Almora tagged up from first, went to second, scored on the Zobrist hit to take the lead.
Oh, that was good memories. I want those back. I mean, it is 10 years. I'm glad that they're not just shove that shit down our throat with a mediocre team. At least like it looks like a pretty competitive team. Obviously, they've got to stay healthy. I am a little bit concerned that they are older, even though they're not old. They are a veteran team, and things go wrong on the body after age 30, more so than before age 30. You heal slower.
I mean, the guys that we do have some young guys. I mean, we have PCA, and then you've got Bush. You would have had Shaw at third, but he's not going to be there. Nico is only like 28, 29. And then Amaya behind the plate, if he stays healthy. Ballesteros. It's a fairly young team when you look at some of those guys, but
it's a good mix. I like the team now. I mean, I really do. They've improved the bullpen a lot. I mean, you don't have like that real like Well, we'll see, kind of what happens, I guess, with Palencia, if he can be a flamethrower that really figures it out and able to stay out back there and be your closer the entire year. If he can manage a year like that, that would be really valuable. But that's the one thing you don't necessarily have. You just have some good arms at the back end, which, that's why they hired Craig Counsell to do more with less. But I did want to go through just a couple of quick bits of Cubs news, and then we'll do a bitch clock. And get some TFCs to get the hell out of here. The Score is getting a FM station, so they're going to simulcast it. A lot of stations do that these days. They have an AM and FM station. And
why don't we have one of those, Danny?
You know what? We talked about it that one time. We're like, what if we just got a satellite and broadcast to Lincoln Square? You know what I mean? Like, we could probably hit a few miles. That would get me to Wrigley.
I volunteer at a radio station here in Iowa City that has a 5-mile radius.
So we can't. The problem is there's no. We could do the Son Ranto show. We just can't have any express written accounts of the game.
I mean, I believe that we've been up against that for the last
15 years,
12 years, 15 years.
But so I saw somebody say on Twitter, like, can't wait to hear Pat use his voice in FM. And I was like, that is a thing, I think. Like,
because
about that.
Pat Hughes with a frequency modulation instead of an amplitude modulation is just going to be that much sweeter.
Yeah, it is. Well, also, like, stereo Pat versus mono Pat. I mean,
Mono Pat was the girl I dated when I was a junior in high school.
Is that why you missed a month of school?
Yeah, we both did.
You both did. So kids don't get mono anymore ever since Maha.
Right.
They get other things like measles again, but
I think kids do get mono. They just die from it now.
Kids don't get mono because they're not fucking kissing anymore. Is the problem?
That's true.
They're all
That's
fucking
true.
lame, and they're acting like they're freaking 8 until they're 20. It's ridiculous. We acted like we were 20 when we were 8, and so that's not good either.
Yeah, there's really. Yeah, neither one of those is working for anybody. I don't think.
Yeah, everybody ended up with a complex.
I
that's
would.
for sure.
I would say it's probably better the way it's happening now. Get mono when you're an adult. And you're only going to miss work instead of school.
Exactly. There you go.
And you have your own health care insurance, all that stuff.
Everybody kind of made fun of you. They'd be like, "Oh, she got mono."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, mono.
What happened? It was like the STD of high school. It really was. So you get the kissing disease. So anyway, 104.3, which when I was growing up, that was Magic 104, which was the oldie station, which I listened to all the time. I won tickets to Chubby Checker off that station. Fabian did that concert.
So you're talking 1980s?
80s.
Yeah, so 1980s.
Dick Biondi.
The oldies station was playing songs from like the 1950s.
50s, yeah.
Yeah, so the oldies station now would be playing songs from the 90s.
Well, 80s mostly. I mean, I work with the oldies
30 years. I'm just thinking like 30 years, right? That's 1995 is, or 96 now.
Ago. Yeah.
30 years ago. Yeah. So like the oldies station right now would be playing the music that we were listening to in high school.
Yeah, exactly.
God, we're old.
I know.
We're not, you know what? We just talked about how the Cubs are kind of old. We are old.
Yeah, no.
We could have fathered some of those Cubs.
Listen, yeah, I'm talking about them getting injured on the field. Like, I'm going to get injured because I sat in this seat too long. You know what I mean?
I go to bed at night and I wake up injured.
I know. I'm like, well,
my shoulder just doesn't want to wake up with me.
I saw Cody Del Mendo is I don't know if he's doing like a sober October or giving up drinking or whatever. Something like he was posting on Twitter. It's like my 6th day not drinking, my 7th day not drinking. And then he's like, it was so nice to wake up and, not have a hangover after the Bears game, after the Bears won. And he's posting that on Monday morning. I go, wait till you're my age. You'll get hungover from eating pizza. Like, and it's true. You'd be like, oh, well, I had a pizza last night, so my stomach was rumbling and all night long, and I had to get up and took like 3 craps in the middle of the night. And then,
Yep. I carbo loaded yesterday.
yeah, exactly. Now my gout's acting up. Like, I was talking with Bleacher Bunch.bsky.social bassist, Jared. I saw he was on here, the guy serious, and he was talking about the gout, the flare up, and I was like, oh, no, Dad. Like, what kind of band are we? We're a punk rock band with gout, This is going to be like some horrible, like, Gen X drug addict in the future. It's like, you had your days,
Right.
You used to party in the 90s, with the lights off. and now you can barely walk, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my knee. Anyway, spring training, speaking of getting gout, is coming up.
Right. Speaking of feeling terrible for an entire month, go to spring training.
I mean, I used to get it. Pitchers and catchers is fun, and then it just reminds me, because it happens in middle February or early February, even February 11th, a Wednesday. And it just reminds me how long spring training truly is. It's over a month long.
It's so long, it lasts into the season now. Because they always start the season a week before the end of spring training in Japan for no stupid reason. Like, I hate it. But but that's how long spring training is, that at least 2 teams have regular season games under their belt.
This year, I'm really more excited about the World Baseball Classic. And if we want to see our favorite player, Pete Crow Armstrong, he'll be playing in those games. And so I don't really see too much of a reason. I'm busy all March, so I'm not going, unfortunately, this year. I would like to go out to the desert and see some ball games and go to Sloan Park and see everybody, but it's just not the year for it. I'm busy. I could go maybe sneak away for a weekend at the end. But at that point, you know what I mean? Like, why not just wait till, like, I live by the ballpark. Like, I can walk there in 45 minutes. Like,
Yeah, it's a young man's game.
Well, anyway, that's happening. And then the regular players, they come on the 16th, the position players. But, we'll hear that, they've been here all winter working out. And, it's just not how it was.
Yeah, I mean, it is so different now. I mean, I think I've already seen videos of people in Arizona, like, taking batting practice and stuff. They get there as soon as they get through the holidays. You know, it's like, they get through the holidays and they're like, I got to get away from my family. I'm going to go hit some baseballs.
I got to go to work. All right. So, and the final bit of news is, I don't know if this really matters, but the Cubs did claim a center fielder from the Giants. He's not really from the Giants. He was on a bunch of other teams, named Justin Dean.
Oh, I saw a photo of him. The ball had gotten hit to the outfield wall and it got wedged under the padding, but like not in any way. Like, you can see the ball sitting there, and the picture is just him with his hands up in the air because it's like barely wedged, and he's like, I'm not touching that thing. It's a double.
Yeah, that's a double sucker. So yeah, anyway, we got that guy. I don't know if we'll keep him. He's fast. He can steal some bases. He's, I guess he's a PCA's backup. Maybe they feel like because PCA is going to play in the WBC that they need somebody to play center in spring training. They're like, oh, well, our guy is somewhere else.
We still have Kevin Alcantara, right? Like, he can play spring training center field.
Well, and that's what was kind of going through my head when you were mentioning, like, Soler took over for Schwarber and then Almora took over for Soler. And I'm like, well, how would that go on the current roster if, like, a couple days into the season, Ian Happ freaking went down? Who would play left at that point? And it would be Kevin Alcantara, I guess, or you put Suzuki over there and Alcantara, however you want to do it, but those would be your quarter outfielders at that point. But who's the backup for that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we don't truly have a backup for PCA at all. I mean, you could put Alcantara out there, but
Justin Dean, we just got
Justin Dean. Yeah,
it's our guy. Hope you like him.
The one thing that he's already got under control is the ground rules. So when the ball goes into the Ivy, he'll know. Just put his hands up. It's a double. Like
exactly.
That's his claim to fame is he knows the ground rules at all the ballparks.
Yeah, that's why they signed him. They're like, he's a genius when it comes to the rules.
He knows exactly when not to get the ball.
Yeah, but I don't know who would be from there. I mean, because you just traded Owen Casey, so you had all these outfielders in this glut of problems, and hey, who knows? Maybe they still do side Cal Tucker. And
yeah, I don't know.
I don't think so. We'll get Albert Almora back on the team. He can be a part of it. All right, shall we do a little bitch clocking? And please, I didn't see. Let me see if there's more bitch clock topics. Yeah, here's another one. Cub fans who want to trade the guy fucking Charlie Kirk's widow. Nothing wrong with the deep bench. I think that's what Corey Furlong said. That'll make its way to the bitch clock. I'm putting extra ones. So we still have ones from last time. Ricketts money going to ice is a new one. Oh, I got to share the screen so you can see. Sorry. Share screen.
Maybe I'll see it this week. Last week was weird.
That?
I couldn't see. I can see it this week. Last week, I don't know what was going on.
So here's what we got so far. Ricketts money going to ice. That's a new one. I kept this one. Bloggers knob gobbling the luxury tax. I kept that on there because I'm so sick of that shit of everybody like playing little bankers. Like, are you baseball fans or banker fans? All right. No Tucker. I still think that's annoying. Why not get Tucker? You just sign him. He's a good player. And he'd make your team awesome. Well, we could be like the Dodgers next year if you got Tucker.
We were talking about this right before we started the show that Ranger Suarez just got signed. And why couldn't the Cubs have gotten Cabrera and Suarez? I don't know. Exactly. I would have gone there. Yeah.
Nico Horner trade talks are on here. And here's another one from Corey Furlong. This is a last minuter that he just put in. Said it was 1 year of Tucker worth losing Cam Smith. That's a good bitch clock. I'll just put losing Cam Smith as the Cam Smith for Tucker. And then Nico Horner trade talk. Why Wrigley isn't standing the Bears. Still, I was down there the other day. No Bears paraphernalia anywhere. Cubs fans who want to trade the guy fucking Charlie Kirk's widow. Nothing wrong with the deep bench. So, I'll just leave that one as is, and let's see if Facebook has given us any more. And meanwhile, you can put them in the chat right now, and I'll see if there's any, because I posted on Facebook if anybody had any more bitch clock. There's a bunch on here. We have Tom Cooper saying not be able to get autographs or do meet and greets this weekend. Tom is not about that. We trade
that sounds like it might be a little bit of a personal problem that he can't go do that.
No, I just don't think they're doing it this time.
Oh,
yeah, they're not doing any meet and greets. It's all there's something happening on Thursday at Wrigley. And I think that's the only time you could even have any access to those guys. Otherwise, they're kind of in and out. John Pickus put Ivy Envy cock tease. I don't know if you heard about that.
No, what's going on?
Those guys were sitting at a booth together, and Beth took a picture of them, and it looked like they were recording something. But I don't know what's going on. And they just might have been hanging out because I know that they're working together now. I was texting with Corey the other day, and he said that those guys are working together, but on like business.
Yeah.
So with a program that Corey runs. So anyway, the last one is from John Hanley, the artist, amazing artist. If you don't know his Cubs work, I don't think he's doing too much Cubs work these days, but he put the Prickett's family. I like calling them the Prickett's.
Yeah, I think he was a very prolific Cubs artist until the whole
mega.
Ricketts and the
raising money for Trump.
raising money for Trump, Nebraska governorship, all that stuff.
The human thumb, Pete Ricketts. Seriously, the guy looks like a big, bald fucking thumb. I've never seen anybody look more like a thumb than that man.
Yeah.
They wrote "Where is Thumpkin" about Pete Ricketts. Every time he comes to the room, like where they announce him at all the fucking events in Nebraska, they play "Where is Thumpkin" as he runs up to the stage.
That's whenever he shows up at Wrigley. That's what the organist plays.
Yeah, and then he goes, "Here I am." Yeah, then he gets his. And the first thing he says in his speech is, "Here I am, here I am." We should have a bit that where we're like, "Hi, I'm Pete Ricketts." I'll draw a little face on my thumb. Oh, man. So, all right. Well, let's give it a spin. And then I got to get the bitch clock thing going, too. Here we go. Do you want to go first, or should we see what it lands on first?
Oh, I don't care. Just a lot of these sound really hard to me.
All right. Yeah. This is a weird time to have because the team looks good. Ooh, Ivy Envy cock tease.
Oh, I can take that, or you can take it. It doesn't matter.
I'll take that one.
Okay.
I think I've got something to say about that one. But I need to get the bitch clock timer going. I need a producer. Maybe I should hire those guys, the Ivy Envy guys.
Bitch clock, you have 30 seconds to
it's like
bitch.
All right, here's my biggest problem with Ivy Envy feigning a comeback is because currently the Son Ranto Show is the longest running Cubs podcast. And if those clowns think they can just come out of retirement after like 2-3 years off and just be like, "Oh yeah, we're still going. Here's our little Cubs podcast," you have another thing coming, sir. The longest running Cubs podcast is now the one with the most shows and the one that regularly does shows, not your stinking Cubs podcast.
Your bitching.
Nobody has Ivy Envy. Everybody forgot about you. Your stupid show's over. Leave it dead. And I miss you very much.
I was gonna say,
love Danny.
I don't know if I would have been able to bitch much about it, but you're right. They can't come back and claim to be the longest running because they took a long time off. But we are here because of Ivy Envy. I'm sitting here talking to you because of that podcast. It's the thing that got me into podcasting, and I was away from all of it in Colorado. They kept me a part of it, like just being able to listen to them all the time. I love that show, and it does bum me that they don't do this anymore. But I also totally get how you can get tired of doing this after 12 years.
I was just saying that to Nicole. I ate a little food, and then I came down to do the show tonight, and I was like, I feel like I'm dreaming. I'm like, this is like the 13th year of it being like Cubs Con and going and doing the show. And I'm like, I just feel like I'm living this like on this hamster wheel of life or something. I was like, it's just so weird. I'm like, guess I'll talk to Crawley about the Cubs. I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I'm just living the same life over and over again. I'm having deja vu, really.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
I actually have been here before.
The only reason I'm still doing this is because it is actually just fun to talk to you about this shit and the ranters out there on Discord. I mean,
amen.
They're my lifeline. Every single day, I will check the Discord no less than 25 times. They are my social media is Discord. Just to see what everybody's talking about.
I should do that more just because all I do is fight with people on Twitter. All I do is fight. All right,
come to Discord. You can fight with us.
I agree with you guys. All right, so I'm trying to add. How can I not? Oh, I got to remove that. Put that. All right, here we go. So we're gonna spin the wheel for you, and if you have any more, we could put them in the bitch clock wheel of grievances topics here, but I will take out the one I just did, which was the Ivy Envy cock tease.
While you're trying to set this up, a few people have put in here talking about KB. in the chat, different things. That actually made me remember Arenado got traded. Arenado, because that was the whole like Arenado versus KB, third baseman at the same time. And then Arenado went to the Cardinals. And now the Cardinals traded him to the Diamondbacks. So apparently, maybe now the Rockies are paying the Diamondbacks. It would be amazing if, and I would not put it past them, if the Cardinals were still getting paid by the Rockies, but Arenado was playing for the Diamondbacks. I don't know how that works.
Oh, it's the freaking communist billionaires just sharing money. They could share it with themselves all they want, but they just can't share it with us. That's the key. That's the key to billionaires. All right, I'm going to spin the wheel. Let's see what you get. Around and around it goes. Where the wheel of grievances, only the wheel of grievances knows. Okay, Nico Horner trade talk.
Okay,
I think you'd be good at this one.
Okay, we can give her a shot.
This sounds like you. All right, here we go.
Bitch clock, you have 30 seconds to bitch.
Okay, let's talk about the Nico Horner trade talk. Not the Nico Horner trade. I don't give a shit about that. Nobody does because it's all fucking fake news. What I'm sick of is everybody talking about it. You're making shit up. None of this is real. We were doing it last year too. Everybody was talking about Nico trade, all this shit. And then everybody's like, why do you want to trade him? Nobody wants to trade him. They just don't have anything other to talk about. And so this is what it is.
Stop your
Quit
bitching.
talking about Nico being traded. It's stupid. It's fake news.
Breaking news, Nico Horner traded to Can you imagine? That'd be awesome if right during your bitch about Nico Horner getting traded.
That would it honestly it would be
it would
amazing.
Be great. Yeah, that would be incredible.
And then I'd have to have you run the bitch clock again, where I yell at everybody who kept saying it wasn't going to happen.
Oh man. All right. Well, what else? Oh no. Oh God.
Jesus.
Here's
I'll see you all at Cubs convention, where I hope to release sexual tension. I guess I will find you searching on Grindr, and Nico Horner should get an extension.
Does he think he's going to America Fest?
I'm just the deity of dirty diapers just makes me sick anytime he talks about sexual tension or sexual anything. It's gross.
I do want to look up Cubstradamus's Grindr profile though, because I wonder if he's honest about the way he looks. He's just I don't have a Grindr account. I lost my account when I went to Turning Point, and
right. They made you forfeit your phone at the gates, and then they just erased the Grindr apps.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't have that here. We're just gonna rent the Sybaris. All right, announcements. Not really much. It's just that I know we're gonna do Ranter Fest on the 6th of June, so just save that date if you would like to come. It's the day we're just gonna get together. Band's gonna play. We're gonna go to the game. Probably get some bleacher tickets. In fact, I would say that like this year, get a bleacher ticket because remember last year we waited too long. Plan for it now. Get yourself a bleacher ticket. Last year it ended up being too expensive. This year it'll probably be also quite expensive, but to sit in the bleachers. But anyway, we're gonna.
Who are they playing that weekend? I don't even know.
The Giants.
Maybe
last week before. There was a couple.
Bill was in the Discord. Boomer Bill in there talking about 8-game packs. Yeah, he was looking for, and it was $82 a game for the bleachers. What do you think about that? Like, it doesn't surprise me. He did say it was the rival game pack, right? All 8 games were against rivals, so I have to assume it's 2 games against each of the Central, or maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a White Sox in there. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to know what they consider a rival.
My advice, if you want to get tickets early and you're the kind of person that wants to make sure you have them in your hand before you head to Chicago, is try to contact some season ticket holders. this time of year, and and a lot of them will give them to you for what they pay, which is under what the Cubs will sell them to you for. So they'll sell them to you for their face, which is oftentimes $10 cheaper than what the Cubs price, sometimes $20. So,
and any ranchers out there that have a lead on some of these season ticket holders that might be willing to give up some tickets, go in the Discord and be that middleman. Help us out.
Yeah, and that's the best thing. I love like hooking people up with tickets. A lot of times people have tickets, they can't use them, especially season ticket holders. And even if I can't go, I love like, hey, you want to go? You want to go? Hey, this person meet that person, because they just hate the empty seat. It's just like somebody can use it. It bothers me to not. Also, the other date, and it's far in the future, but it'll be here before you know it. It's September 19th. We're going to do the Cincinnati trip at Binsky's again. And that time we probably will get actual group tickets, some nosebleeds, and have fun.
And as I mentioned earlier, Billy can no longer impregnate you.
So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's one less thing to worry about when you go to Cincinnati.
Yep. Pregnancy. Yeah,
he will fill you full of chili, but not babies.
Although I feel like most of the dudes that listen to our show have gone through menopause at this point, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. All right. Hashtag chance in the chat is your last chance to get in the chance. And
you got some TFCs in there?
Oh shit, I forgot about the TFC. Yeah, I do have one.
Okay, I've got two. So I will go, then you go.
So, as I said, I've been catching a lot of heat online, and a lot of it, if I can make a political joke about Matt Shaw, I'm going to do that, every single time, because there's too much fucking fascism going on right now for me to not pay attention to that shit,
And it's too easy. The guy is a member of an organization that has the initials TP.
Exactly. So I'm going to wipe my butt with him. So I made another joke that said, if the Cubs trade Nico, it would shift Shaw even further to the right. And Chicago Goose said, really going for the political lowbrow humor here. We get it. Because I bother all these kind of assholes. And then Miles Dubsbrinsky says, Danny's a loser. Extremely unfunny. Wish he made an account of strictly baseball and another one of politics. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like on my thing. And I was like, Miles Dobrinsky follows you. Like, I'm so sick of these assholes telling me what to do when they could just unfucking follow me instead of just being like, I hate this guy. I wish he's really smart at baseball, but he's such politics.
I was actually going to bring that up. I'm like, there are a few things going on in this little exchange. First off, the Dabrowski guy, who obviously he just wants to hear your baseball opinions, Danny. Has anybody ever been like, Danny, I really wish you would cut out the jokes, the music, the plays, all the extra stuff, and I wish you would just focus on baseball. Has anybody ever said that to you?
No, it's all been jokes the whole time. All I do, I take pictures, the hashtag puking rum chata. I've got, I took a bunch of pictures. I mean, it has nothing to do with my baseball takes. I don't talk about spin rate or like what, how many ABs a minor leaguer needs. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all been jokes. It's always been trying to make fun of this shit.
And then the other thing I have is with the other guy who said that it was politically lowbrow. There was nothing lowbrow about that joke. That took some thought. Like, you had to think about it. Yeah, you had to be like, wait a second, shift further to the right. But I don't know. And like idiots who don't know baseball or do, but sort of know baseball, but like, but wouldn't he be moving to his left? Yeah, but then he's in right field. And then that's when the idiots are just like, well, I don't understand what's going on. If he's moving to his left, how can he go further to his right? Oh my God, does it all mean nothing?
And the answer is 6'7".
6'7", baby.
6'7", baby.
That was good.
It's
I
the
like
new
that.
6'9". I'm gonna embrace it. I'm done with 6'9" now. We've been telling that. Talking about telling jokes, like that's another joke I've been telling forever. And I'm not the only one, obviously, but I would say that I moved that joke along. The ranters all did.
Yeah,
together.
it was just all the time. Nice.
Now we can do 6'7", 9'6". Which is highbrow, by the way. It's a thinking man sex joke.
Yeah, so like 6'9" is what we did if you're like Generation X, but the Generation Z, Alpha, whatever the fuck they are now,
yeah.
they're the ones doing
they can't read.
Yeah, they're the ones doing the 9'6", because that's not sexual at all. They just got their backs to each other. They can't even kiss at that point.
At least they don't get mono.
That's true. They get a little bit of a athlete's foot on their ears.
Did you see back in the chat that Artie Boucher athlete's foot on their ears? Did you see back in the chat that Artie Boucher had mono? Did you?
Oh yeah, it was a humble brag.
Yeah.
Artie's like, I got mono.
Yeah, I got mono in high school. Kissing the teacher. Anyway, now that you have a TFC too.
I have a couple of TFCs. First one has to do with Cubs Con. People were talking about in the Reddit, they were like talking about meeting up. This is what we've been talking about the whole thing, meeting up with people and meeting up with internet friends. And this dude had a great TFG for a TFC. Dr. Scampy says, I won't be hard to find. I'll be the guy in the David Bodie jersey. Which, and that is honest. If anybody sees this guy, because he will be the only one in a David Bodie jersey, number 13, Dr. Scampy. Go and say hi, get your picture taken with him.
I actually beg to differ. I think you might see a few Bodie jerseys around CubsCon. I might do that. I might now search for as many. I might search for this guy, first of all, and ask if it's him. Because if it's not him, that means that people are gonna be mistaken all weekend.
You know what? Let's make that the CubsCon scavenger hunt. Let's bring the scavenger hunt back. Find the guy with the David Bodie shirt and get a picture taken. David Bodie jersey, get a picture taken with him. Let him know that he's internet famous.
You know what? I'm actually going to do this in general and just see, we should do a contest for the worst jersey.
Ooh,
and I won't,
yeah.
I won't necessarily tell them what they're up for.
Worst jersey.
I'm just might snap it like creeper style.
Worst jersey or like most obscure, right? Like somebody out there has to have like a Brolio jersey.
Ernie Brolio. They didn't even put names on the back. I kind of want one of the. What a Brolio jersey.
Oh my God! Get matching jerseys with Nicole. One says Brolio and one is now I'm fucking
Brock.
Yeah. I started getting into the Brolio. I'm like, no, it's Brock.
Yeah, okay. Brock number 4, Brolio. Brock for Brolio. Kamiata 2 says, I'm not going, but I think I'd have to bust out my Garza number 17 for this.
Ooh. You know what? If you're going to bust out the Garza, you got to bust out that fake goatee as well.
Yeah, I always called him Pussy Chin. He literally looked like he had a 70s bush on his face. That's how it came out.
Oh my God.
Oh, he did.
Wonderful. All right. Here, I've got one more TFC. This one I found on Reddit, and this just pissed me off when I saw it. This dude put a Jed Hoyer apology card up on Reddit. It says, to Jed Hoyer from Reddit subreddit Chicago Cubs, date 1/10/26. And basically saying that we all need to apologize to Jed for getting Cabrera, getting Bregman over the last week. And there's all this like, the media convinced me you were the problem. I miss Theo Epstein. You just mark one of these things. I'm just jealous of the Dodgers.
I don't know ball.
I don't know ball. Exactly. Like all this shit. Look, there will never, and I'm saying this from the fake God in the sky to me, divinely out to you, there will never be a reason to apologize to Jed Hoyer. He has every bad thing that we have had to complain about for the last 5 years has been because of Jed Hoyer. There has been nothing that Jed Hoyer has actually initiated and done to actually be good for this team or for the fans. He is the antithesis of everything fun about baseball. He is, as Danny calls him, one of 27 pairs of khaki pants in your drawer. That's
much.
all he is.
Man. Yeah, I can't say that I've got a lot of respect for Jed Hoyer because we've fallen short since he's been there. So 83 wins, now we'll see what happens.
We have not fallen short. Jed Hoyer has fallen short.
Yeah, exactly. And you could say it was Ricketts' fault, but I really think that we've spent enough money. They just got the wrong players, frankly, and they suck at. They get guys from Japan, but they suck at getting them from other countries. And a bunch of other countries are really good at playing baseball. We're terrible at the international draft, and we never keep those guys. Name one guy we've ever gotten from the international draft that's fucking come up. Ballesteros, is he from the international draft? Is he the only one?
I honestly don't know. He's been around for a while, though. No, yeah, the thing is, he's not good at it. And people do like to bitch and complain that Tom Ricketts, he's the guy with the pocketbook, and he doesn't let him do this. But here's the thing. We all have budgets. That's the world. I have a budget in my house, and I got a lot of nice shit. You know why? Because I don't go and spend stupid money on bullshit that's going to fucking break in like a day and a half. I save my money. I wait. I figure out what is going to be good for me and my life long into the future. And then I buy that. I don't fucking go out and get Justin fucking Turner because he's got truck nuts. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, that is not how you do it. If you had the money,
the year before with Hosmer and Mancini year.
Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about. Like if you had the money that Tom Ricketts is willing to put out there, you could fuck around and put together a better team than Jed fucking Hoyer has done. Yeah. It's been garbage. He is terrible at what he does, and I will have none of this Jed apology fucking bullshit. Oh, well, they've got the greatest farm team that we've ever had. I don't give a fuck. None of those guys ever come up to Wrigley and do anything for us, and then they won't trade them because they're great. Like, they're so goddamn good on the farm, they can't come up to Wrigley, but they also can't be traded. So we have a great team in Des Moines?
Well, now we don't.
They didn't fucking do anything either.
Well, now we don't because Casey's gone. And now, like, we're losing some guys. Like, you wonder, like, who's the backup? Who's the backup now? Who comes up from Iowa? Who are these guys? All right. Yeah. Well, is that your last TFC? Now can I give you a chance? All right, cool. Because I'm getting tired. I'm tired. I gotta rest up to try to hang with Crawley this weekend.
It'll never happen. Never happen.
I got opening night at Trapdoor Theater tomorrow. So we got a show opening. I'm not involved with this one, but I am helping out with the food. So I'll be down there, green corridors. That's why we're going on Wednesday night instead of Thursday, by the way. I got to go down to the theater tomorrow. So come see us at Trapdoor Theater. And let's pick a winner. Boom. Who's going to win it?
Oh, we got a lot of good names in there. A lot of people we know. Who's coming out on top?
The winner is Dominic again.
Second week in a row.
Wow. He's really...
He's
coming
owning
into the new
2026.
year. Yeah, 2026. He's just not going to be denied.
You know what? Maybe it's early, but we might need a Dominic counter. Can he get 26 and 26?
Oh,
There would be a lot of postcards.
At that point, I just might put it in a larger envelope. So Camiata says, don't forget Jonathan VR and Andrelton Simmons. And on that note, Spagog.
Yeah, how could we forget them?
How could we forget them? Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I wasn't ready to press the button. All right, now Spagog.
Oh, now Spagog. Oh, Spagog. Spagogs.
Here in our lakeside city of Chicago, Cubs fans descend upon the sweaty halls of the Sheraton to stand in long autograph lines in hopes of meeting their favorite players. And it all happens at the Cubs convention. Convention. Cubs convention. Convention. Cubs convention. We are the guys who play baseball for a living. We are just here chilling. We were once players on Saturday night. Go drinking with Steve Trout and do a shot with Jay Johnstone. Ex-players. Cubs convention. Ex-players. Cubs convention. We'll sell you the uniform of Ranto, an autograph, plus and photo. 20% off jerseys, save on Castro. A bobblehead that's signed by Kerry Wood. The vendors. Cubs convention. The vendors. Cubs convention. At 3, I met Gary Matthews. I stood in line to wait. I loved when he was a Cubby back in the 80s. The fans. Cubs convention. The fans. Cubs convention. We flew in from the beach to sign your balls and picks. They said they'd have the limo come pick me up by 6. The roster. Cubs convention. The roster. Cubs convention. We flew in from the beach to sign the balls and picks. They said they'd have the limo come pick me up by 6. Convention. Cubs convention. Convention. Cubs convention.